That's right, Hella. Just don't mess up anymore, you know? Just kidding. All right, so this could be a bit of excess price and return to value, right? And now we have this distribution right in the middle of the band. So this feels like very much coin flip odds to me. So I'm going to be patient. We got some really good setups. If you didn't capitalize on them, now it's going to be a little tougher right here. Be a good short tomorrow. All right, guys, those of you on YouTube, welcome to the stream. We've been trading since about 9:30 in the Discord. Had some really good trades. We picked out a couple of solid levels on the higher time frame. We took our first long at 5.
Russia US trade indeed almost at 0.
561 for a small bounce. And then we called out the 610 level for a long. And that's essentially where we went. And that was based on this higher time frame level, value area high for the price discovery continuation long on the volume profile in the higher time frame.
Brooks is an anti-American.
Now we're being patient because we're at point of control right now, right? One of my rules as of late has not been buying or selling at point of control. I usually get faked out and wicked out pretty easily at these levels. So if we're at point of control, I sit on my hands and wait for the edges.
Russia US trade should be next to 0.
You'll find the best fades and breakouts and back tests at the edges more so than the point of control. The point of control makes a great profit target. Not a great entry spot. Morning, Jared. Welcome to the stream, guys. So while we chop around in this distribution, right, is this thing going to go higher, or is this the resistance point? Good scalps at the edge, right? We're at the value area high now. Okay, 925. A little short there. Video is down. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. TRV? The problem with the return to value is that we're at the top end of a distribution, the biggest distribution, that we formed since the market opened. So you're essentially longing into value area high here. It's not a great return to value long until we start trading above 690 and holding. It's absolutely a strong distribution. Yes, it is. And it's respecting the top end and bottom end of it so far. You have to realize that we get most of the volume in the first 30 minutes. So that's a significant sign of the distribution we formed so early on in the first 30 minutes, that all the trading volume is right here, essentially. So this is coin flip in either direction. We could go lower, we could go higher. I'm not convinced of anything right here. I think it makes it better long for the back test, than it did up here, because we have this low volume node right here. But it seems to be trading through it and kind of filling it in a little bit. So let's see if I can get a little something here. A little something going. Nice. I'm essentially at profit target now. 980. Bryce, is that a tongue-in-cheek? How is your short going? It can't be going that well if we're at 690 and the highest we went is 700. Doubt she top ticked it. All right, lots of buying on the cumulative delta here. We could break out of this distribution. If we break and hold here, we could very well get the return to VWAP. Or it could keep getting slammed back into value here, right? Because now we have two very mixed messages. We have if we're looking at the session VWAP, let me get my drawing tools. We're looking at the session VWAP, this is our value area, right? But this is our point of control. However, we have a value area here with this being our point of control. So we have two very mixed messages. Doesn't make for, we don't have any good confluence here. But however, if we can break and hold here, we can return to value and maybe form another distribution that aligns with the VWAP. So I'm going to wait. I hit profit target in one account. I'm going to switch over here in a minute to my cash account. And I'm going to make a smoothie and I'll be right back. BTV, good morning. Sunny, good morning. Good to have you guys back. We had some good trades so far this morning. Looks like it's holding so far. We're at 700. This is going to be an inflection point. I got to push through this level and hold. And then I think we can get the return to VWAP. Now, will that act as resistance? Very well could be. I think I'm going to drop a regular trading hours VWAP as well. All right, so the regular trading hours VWAP, this is telling us a much cleaner story. of where the value area is, right? So you'd be buying right into the regular trading hours upper band, which so far has proven to be a fade. Cumulative delta is looking heavy. So keep in mind the true gap fill is actually all the way down at 480. We closed at 480. We closed the Globex gap. We did not fill the regular trading hours gap. NQ is still officially up, spot 8. All right, I'm gonna switch my accounts over. I'm profit target in this account. 23 trades. 78% win rate. $980 after commissions. So we're chopping around everything. Point of control, regular trading hours, VWAP, lower band. Morning can, Sennecourt. Okay, let me. Okay. Literally point of control, regular trading hours VWAP. We've been here for the last 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes at this price we've touched. Well, you don't want to be trading the bands right here. All right, here we are. I just choked on my water.
The bottom of the hour, we see the release of the weekly EIA natural gas. Forecast is a build of 40 BCF from the prior build of 23 BCF.
We got a tight little consolidation here. Morning, Brian. There is no setup here. Zero. This has been a buy down here so far at 650. See if it keeps delivering. Eight. Not a lot of passive buyers.
In 5 minutes time now, at the bottom of the hour, we see the release of the EIA natural gas change, forecast as a build of 40 BCF on the prior build of 23 BCF.
Okay, maybe lower. It's really kind of holding up here. Looks like it might want to bleed out. Alright, so that edge hasn't really held up. So now this could be a price discovery to the downside, continuation. Not a great place to get in at the bottom, obviously. And we're back to that weekly upper band here. A lot of selling on the cumulative delta. $39. Yeah, my volume's at maximum. My mic volume is at max. Always is. So if you're having a volume issue, it's not on my side. I replay my streams all the time. The volume is perfect.
One minute remaining now for the EIA natural gas change.
NQ to the downside from here, I see 588. Yesterday's pivot, 573. Yesterday's VWAP. $559 is value area high on the composite. And the value area high of yesterday's distribution.
10 seconds.
So let's say 560. I like that level.
build.
All right, we have an initial balance.
48 BCF, higher than the expected build of 41 BCF.
So it's the value area high of the composite, and it's also value area high of yesterday on the profile.
And those are the weekly EIA natural gas storage reports on the feed for those interested. Seeing an updated Atlanta Fed GDP Now index at 3.34% for the third quarter. This is against a 0.88% consensus forecast from 64 economists. So again, 2.34% against estimates of 0.88%.
So, this is where I get into trouble and I start wanting to like force trades, right? There's no good setups here. There was a good long, fade value area extreme. But, there was quite a bit of excess price that pushed down almost 20 points, right? That's tough to sit through. So we're at point of control, or well, on trading view point of control. We're at the very high volume level right here. So I know it's kind of boring, but do we want to make money or do we want to entertain ourselves? Who's here for entertainment versus who's here to make money? I would like to think it's the latter. That's right. I had hey Gumble, I had a losing day Monday. I don't have them very often, but when I do, I feel them, because I do have a lot of winning days. And then the beginning of last week, Monday and Tuesday, were both red days for me as well. I did have a huge streak in early July, going all the way through June and April. I was on fire. It's slowed down a bit since then. Now you can try, we can see what happens here at IB low. This will be interesting because this is a big level. This 610. Now, the problem with 610, it looks like we bounced, right? Now we got this weak, I don't know, 70-point bounce. It can go low, much lower from here. So that's a risky trade. I think it's a trade that could be worth taking. We'll see what happens down here. I'm not just going to do first touch, though. Yeah, I mean, it looks like lower for sure, Neo, but I don't, it might not make it easy either. We could bounce here another 2 times before we go lower. I mean, we definitely have some buyers down here. I'll put some limit orders right here at the bottom. Seven. Nice. At 600. So Gumbo, what is your understanding of the Gumbo says it looks like I'm trading on my own instincts rather than just the VWAP wave system. So how familiar are you with my videos in the VWAP wave system? Because if you've gone through the videos, we have setups on the initial balance and the higher time frames and the volume profile that are based on the VWAP wave system setups. And that's what I'm calling out here. It's not just the VWAP bands. We have the initial balance, we have the volume profile, and we have the VWAP bands. The all core 4 setups are the same, but we can trade them on all the different tools. So right here at IB low, this is a fade value area extreme long. This is set up. Well, it's a higher time frame, right? We have a distribution here from yesterday. On the higher time frame. So that's a, have you gone through the course? Have you gone through the advanced playbook? Module 5. We have the higher time frame fade value or extreme setup. Ah, well, that would explain it. There is an advanced playbook.
US tells UN Security Council that Trump has made clear a deal to end Russia's war.
So there's an additional 4 setups outside of the core 4. But they are more advanced, and everybody should start with the core 4.
US tells UN Security Council that the US is prepared to implement additional measures to secure peace in Ukraine.
The artist, good morning. So the advanced play up here, Gumball, this is called the higher time frame fade value area extreme. We look for the high value area high and value area lows on the higher time frames. We have one right at this level. You can see it here. You can see it here. Looks like it just wants to melt through this level, doesn't it? Sonny, finished the ASFX podcast with Austin. Great conversation and insights. I suggest everybody watch it. It was a great experience. I really enjoyed my time with Austin. Going out in October, we're going out to a conference with Tom Hogard. So I'll be seeing him again. So now we have this low volume node forming on the intraday chart here on the regular trading hours. Guys, does this change the volume at all? Am I louder? I am not like an audio visual guy. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. They're complaining on YouTube that my volume's too low. You tell him, Eric. So we're still kind of holding here, right? Anybody looking to fade this IB low? For a fade value or extremes right here? Sure looks like it wants lower. Tick strike fucked up. Some heavy selling. I guess we already had the fade value or extreme bounce. Looks like it wants lower now, 600.
President Donald Trump will be joined by professional athletes on Thursday to sign an executive order that will expand on his council on sports, fitness and nutrition, including by reviving the presidential fitness test in public schools, White House officials told CNN.
There it is. Yeah. Quick 20.80 tick bounce. Elon, we're going to assume that any low volume node will hold unless it proves otherwise. If it trades through it, trades through it. Oh, we got the psychological level at 600. We got the IB low. We do have this, value area high from Monday and Tuesday. Nice job, Zane. All right, looks like it wants to try it again. $590, $580 entry. I'm gonna look for a little lower. I'm thinking 560. Weekly VWAP I have at 534. 560 is the value area high on the composite and yesterday. That's right here. I like 560 a lot, actually, if we get there. I'm going to put some limit orders down there. $585. Yeah, and the reality is, guys, we might get a little bounce at all these levels. Because you're going to have buyers just like ourselves stepping in because they also like the level. Now, whether that holds for a complete reversal, nobody knows. That's why I like trading the reactions so much, regardless of what it winds up doing in the long term, instead of trying to catch the big reversal. I know a lot of buyers stepped in there. Let's see if this 608 level holds or it reclaims it. If it does, I want to see it go back into IB for the long. You grabbed that, Corey? Yeah, that was your level, wasn't it? Yeah, me too, Corey. I do way better fading extremes than I do diddling in the middle. And also the higher time frame levels. We have group coaching today, guys, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If it breaks above this, I'm in long. Can't seem to break above it. Could have been a price discovery continuation short there off lower band, IB low. Okay, here we go. Come on. Here we go. 20 more points. My first order is at 63.5. Letting the market come to me, baby. Come to Papa. 63.5. Here it comes. Oh, it's right there. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Nailed that. 500 bucks. Took me out of the hole, brought me to $500. Profit, that could be my profit target for today in the cash account.
0.6 in a session high.
There it is. 40 tick bounce, just like that. Right to our level.
To 0.8659.
That was it, guys. I think I'm going to take that. Yeah, it's tempting to get in early, Bob. I know. I've been fighting my temptation to get in so early because I always wind up getting in usually and just. So putting the limit orders in has helped. Breaking it into a couple different levels, trying to get an average, and whatever it fills, it fills. Nice, Hella. Carlos, you killed it, man. 1,600 bucks by Carlos. Have a great day. This is my cash account, yes. I traded my take profit trader account first. I hit 980 bucks in that. Now I'm trading my cash account. So the funny part about this trade, guys, this is actually, technically speaking, this is a price discovery continuation long on the higher time frame. Because this is value area high. I mean, this is theoretically on the higher time frame, this would be like upper band. And I'm just saying this for Gumby's understanding, so he makes sure he understands what we're doing here. We don't always trade the VWAP bands itself. We take those same concepts and processes and trade it on the volume profile, on the initial balance, the higher time frames, the weekly VWAP, the monthly VWAP. And the market's still up. We're still up. All right, we're coming up on the 11 o'clock hour. Elad, yes. I've had the most success with trading the setup locations and reactions. I'm not looking for a big move. I also size up a little more than most because I am scalping. Yep, that was the value area high on the composite chart. And yesterday. See you later, Alex. Thank you. Good work. I have a bunch of Gumball. I have a bunch of other videos outside the course that dives into some of these concepts in a little more detail. They're all in the premium video course section. This one in specific, you'll find that in here. This video. All right, Eric. Thanks for stopping by. I had 4 or 5 minis on that Smart Crasher. Lower it goes. Next spot, what? 508? Being patient. I went to the IB 50% extension too.
$50 billion in 52 week close. settling on August 5th, or sorry, on August 5th to settle on August 7th. 3-month bills selling 82 billion, August 4th, settling August 7th. 6-month bills selling 73 billion, August 4th as well, settling August 7th.
At 50% extension. So that was the also gonna be out of the advanced playbook. We call that the IB extension fade. That one worked out to the tick. That was nice. I don't know if anybody grabbed that. It's the first kind of real sign of buyers here. Woof. Yes, I caught that long.
Trump
864.
Mexico will continue to pay a 25% fentanyl tariff, a 25% tariff on cars, and a 50%
Cumulative delta was turning positive, and we hit weekly VWAP. So there's probably some conviction here long, guys, for the bigger move. VWAP bounce on the weekly.
with the goal of signing a trade deal somewhere within the 90-day period of time or longer. So again, just to repeat that, Trump says we have agreed to extend for a 90-day period the exact same deal as we had for the last short period of time. Namely that Mexico will continue to pay a 25% fentanyl tariff, a 25% tariff on cars, and a 50% tariff on steel and aluminum. And again, giving them an extra 90 days to try and sign the trade deal.
That was weird. Come on. Push it up. Boom. All right, that put me at 1K, guys. Profit target hit. Zalos, nice. 1,500 for Zalos. Hell, I don't ever trade the second deviation band as a fade.
The Dow turns negative, last down spot 0.3%.
Nope, not a setup for me. Usually the second deviation band is more a sign of strength. I look, the IB extensions I think are better fade areas or the higher time frames. All right, well, that's my profit target, guys. I'm going to stick around for the next 30 minutes. We'll see what we get, see if we get any additional trades, but I'm done for today. $1,000 in my take profit trader and $1,000 in my cash account. Got a low volume node right here. See if you can get above it.
So you don't think Mexico's peso did touch a session high on Trump's tariff comments?
Couldn't get above it, could it? David, are you using are you using TradingView or something different? And also you want to be on OHLC for the source. Ninja, what do I have on Ninja? Oh, I took my long-term VWAPs off on Ninja. I mean, that's close enough. Talk about a tick. Went at 624.5. 2 ticks, not even. Carlos, I love that idea. To the tick. It's one of my sayings. To the tick. Bounce off that low volume node. More downside. Are we going to close the settlement gap? Yes, looks like it's testing the lows here. Yes, new lows. Down, new lows. I'll probably just always take the bounce, Sonny. After a big move like that, I'm expecting buyers to step in, and I'm going for a scalp. I'm not looking for a big reversal. So high conviction, I'll just trade the level. I just take the trade. I don't decide whether I should or not. Usually, I'm going for it. High probability setup. The odds are in my favor. Yeah, Sonny, that's what somebody in the Discord was saying. He actually mocked up a version to the tick. I'm doing it, Carlos. This weekend. I'm going to create it. I created a couple of shirts. I'm going to buy them myself. I've just been having fun with it. I don't know if you guys saw it or not. Next level, what did I say? 50, no, 560, 508, right? $508. Well, I'm not taking any more trades, but if I were to take another trade, it would be right here. So let's see if that works out. Because it seems to be picking up speed, which is not, you know. Here it comes.
In the S&P 500 extending some weakness here, down around spot 25% now.
Not quite, not yet. Here it comes. Oh shit, I still have limit orders down there. Do I leave them? So tempting. I'm gonna do it.
JP Morgan CEO Diamond says we should be a little cautious on rate decision.
Interesting on the cumulative delta, not making new lows here. Big divergence. Nah, I'm done. Done. Done diddly un. I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna switch over to class view. Boom. This is the t-shirt. I'll take a little spin on that idea, Carlos. All right, here we go. This is my area.
JP Morgan CEO Diamond says so far so good on tariff negotiations.
Where did it go to? 10.5. Oh, right there. There it goes. Boom.
The Fed bids for 4-week bills total
That might have been it.
$257.3 million.
Let's see. Yeah, that might have been it, guys. You had to be quick on that one. It did bounce a little bit. Nice. Got to be quick sometimes. That's why I take them quick. Job, Smart Crasher. That was fast. I'm glad you took it that fast. Worked in your favor right away. So now we're back at the Chop City that we had at the 500s here. Chop City, guys. Could find a little support here. This is another level right here. I would expect some type of consolidation at this level. If it doesn't, I'd be shocked.
Mexican President Sheinbaum said they had a very good phone call with Trump on US tariffs.
Yep, that's right, Sonny. Just buying the levels. Yep. And scalping and getting out with the reaction. Because you're going to have buyers stepping in. It's a popular level. You'll get buyers stepping in, and that's going to raise the price a little bit. But if it's in the downtrend, the sellers are just going to step back in and push it lower. So we can't anticipate the big reversal spot, especially in a downtrending market. But we can scalp these levels on the way down. And we never really got a price discovery continuation short setup. We did get one off IB low. So we're trying to make the best of what we've been given.
Mexico's President Sheinbaum says we get 90 days to build a long-term deal.
I don't have a specific amount of ticks, Sonny. I just trade the range, right? So it bounces and I get out with whatever it gives me. I do my best using my discretion and try to maximize it, just trying to catch what I can as best as I can. I don't use bracket orders. I don't usually use hard stops. That's the news squawk. Financial juice. That's live financial news. Lets me know if news is coming out. Lets me know if the president is speaking. Lets me know everything that's going on right now in the financial world. As a day trader, you're trading blind without it. Especially in this market. This is it. Trump extended a tariff deal with Mexico for 90 days. Right? That just broke. That's big news. Surprised we didn't rally on that at all, but whatever.
The US stocks moving lower with the broader market as well. S&P still up 0.17%. The Nasdaq up 0.51%. The Dow is down 0.31%.
Copper's down 21%.
The S&P down 0.3%.
Crazy. Bitcoin hasn't sold off with the wider market either. Oil's down almost 2%. Gold's flat. Bitcoin's up over 1%. So that was another great level, right? Point of control. Pretty much a naked point of control from on the composite, right? I think. No. Yes. On the composite. Composite point of control. Look at that. Thing of beautiful right there. Really good trading today. Really good levels. Good scalps. You're welcome, Spar. I'm going to wrap up here as well in the next 10 minutes. All right, Carlos. Good work, man. Same, Corey. You got to be patient. Wait for really higher. I mean, it's a lot harder when we're at all-time highs to the upside. We don't really have the levels, the benchmarks. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up here in the next 7 minutes because we have group coaching at 12:30 in the classroom, if you can make it. Any questions before for anybody that can't make group coaching? Nice, Corey. Excellent day. $1,087 for Corey. You're welcome, guys. Appreciate the participation. Glad you guys can make it. That was a nice bounce at point of control there on the composite. Full port challenge. Should I just buy like 5 150Ks? Full port challenge on gold. Except I have to trade 15. All right, cool. All right, since we have group coaching at 12:30, guys, I'm going to wrap up the stream a little early today. Hopefully you guys can make it to group coaching. It will be recorded if you can't make it. Bring your questions. I'll have some topics for discussion. And I'm going to eat lunch, and we'll be back at it. If you're going to keep trading, manage your risk, stay sharp, you can head on over to the Trader Lounge. I'm sure Chuck will take the reins, provide some tradertainment. That's a perk of being in the premium Discord. You can share your screen, share your mics, collaborate with your fellow VWAP Wave System traders. Enjoy the room, and I will see those of you who are coming to group coaching at 12:30. Otherwise, if you can't make that, we'll be back at it tomorrow in the Discord, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, YouTube, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you're going to keep trading, manage your risk, stay sharp out there, guys. See you in a little bit.